Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a really good day. It's Sunday here in Maryland. I don't know where you are. It's snowing here. So I'm pretty much snowed in, not going anywhere, not moving my truck, none of that. So I wanted to just take a couple of minutes and actually share some tips. Now, a lot of you know that I help people with their credit, right? And so the thing is, not everybody's credit situation is the same. So advice that I may give to one person, while it is good advice, may not be the advice that you need depending on your specific situation. So what I wanted to do was just based off of your situation, give you guys a couple of tips, a couple of strategies, things that you can do and implement now to help get yourself to that next level. All right. So let's start with the first group. First group is going to be, let's label them Group A, right? Now, this is the group that is just starting out, either no credit or they're rebuilding their credit. And so right now they're looking for ways to get started, right? Okay. So here are three things that Group A can do to help better their credit situation. So the first thing that they can do is pull your credit report. I know you guys thought I was going to say secure card and all this other stuff. No, first thing you need to do is pull your credit. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. I recommend that you pull one credit report every 4 months so that you don't have to pay for your credit report. The other thing to remember is that if you have applied for credit and been denied credit, if you have applied for employment and been denied employment based on your credit, you are entitled to a free copy of your credit reports. Okay, so keep that in mind. So the first thing I'm saying is pull your credit report and you want to check it out. Look for errors. You want to check for outdated information. Make sure that everything there is correct. All right. You also want to make sure that the information, as far as your personal information, is current. That's very important, okay? The other thing that you can do if you're just starting out is to get a secured credit card. Now, here's the thing to remember about credit cards, okay? Now, your credit score is made up of different components, and 30% of your credit score is made up of your credit limits. And so we don't want to go over 30% of your credit limits. So if you have a credit card with a $300 credit limit, you want to make sure that your balance does not go over 30% or $100. Okay. That's just important. Okay. So that's number two. And the third thing that you can do is to become an authorized user on the account of a responsible card holder. And I'm phrasing it that way for a very good reason, okay? Not everybody that has a credit card has good financial habits, okay? And you also don't want to get onto anyone's account that may not be stable, all right? And if because they may go through some type of volatile situation, things happen. That's all I'm trying to say is things happen. Okay, so number one, you want to pull your credit report, check for errors, check for outdated and negative information. Number two, get yourself a secured credit card. Keep your balance under 30% of your available limit. And number three, become an authorized user on the account of a responsible card holder. Now, you may be past that. You may be in Group B. And Group B means that you're on your way. You have already begun to implement steps, implement things that you can do to better yourself, better your credit, better your financial habits, okay? And so you might just be looking for kind of a little push. What else can I do, Sheree? So the one thing that I'm going to say is to make sure that you are paying all of your bills on time every time. If you happen to have a late payment that shows up on your credit report, you can submit a goodwill letter to that creditor and ask them to do you a slight favor, okay, and reverse that late payment and show it as reflected on time. And that can really help boost your score. The other thing is if you happen to have any collections or things like that, negotiate your potential collections, okay? You can ask for a pay for delete. That simply means that if I pay you, you're going to delete this from my credit report, not update the status. Hear what I'm saying? Not report as paid on time or paid as agreed. Delete, okay? Pay for delete. Look it up, Google it, I'm not making this stuff up, y'all. All right. And then the third thing that you want to do is make sure that you have different types of credit. Okay. So that means that you have revolving credit, but you also have an installment loan. Okay. So you want to make sure that there is a variety of types of credit on your credit report. All right. So now let's say that you've been Group A. You did what you had to do. You've been Group B. You've been consistent. You've been doing things right. And now you find yourself with some really good credit. You find yourself with some money in the bank. You're in Group C. And I call that like that level up group, right? That leveled up group. And so you're not necessarily struggling with where you were, but you're kind of like, well, what's next? What do I do next? I've done the things with my credit. You know, I've purchased my home. I have my 401k. I'm doing what are some things that I could do to help build my legacy, to help, you know, my children? I got you covered. All right. So the first thing, if you don't already, get life insurance. This is a non-negotiable. It has to be a non-negotiable for every household, okay? Get a life insurance policy. If you don't know where to start, drop a note in the comments or something, and I will help you, okay? I'll help connect you with people. I know folks. So get life insurance. That's number one. Number two, you need a will, all right? You need a will. And I have a solution for that too. If you send like, I don't know where to start, you need to connect with me because I can help you with that. And then finally, number three, if you have kids and you have a good payment history on your credit cards, add your kids as an authorized user. That does not mean giving them access to the card or giving them access to the account. What that means is that you begin to report your positive history on their credit report so that by the time they're old enough to begin to need credit, they have already established credit. So now your 17, your 18-year-old, you know, you've added them as an authorized user on your account and your account has been open for 12 years. They now have a 12-year history. Do you understand? So it's important to get our kids set up the right way, get them moving, but we have to have our ducks in order. We have to have, you know, we got to be crossing those T's and dotting those I's. If you have questions about any of the content that I've gone over in this short video, and I know I kind of crammed a lot in a little, drop me an email, like send me a DM, put a comment below. You know what I mean? What we can do, if there are enough questions, I'll even jump on a live maybe later on this week. But my goal is simply to get the information to you so that you know what options you have and know what steps to take in order to have good finances and establish yourself financially. So connect with me, follow me if you're not already, and I look forward to talking to you. Y'all take care.